Hello viewers, my name is Tati Mukwana and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you guys ways that teachers like myself can apply the principles of inclusive education to create a supportive learning environment in a classroom. I will first start by giving a brief definition of what inclusive education entails, then explain what a supportive learning environment is. Inclusive education is when all learners with different backgrounds are placed in age-appropriate general education classes that are accessible and enable them to receive high-quality instruction, intervention, and support in order for them to succeed. What is a supportive learning environment? A supportive learning environment is not only safe and secure, but it also provides learners with equal opportunities to learn. It accommodates all kinds of learners from different backgrounds and ethnicities, while also using effective and fair use of discipline practices. This kind of environment promotes positive learner outcomes while ensuring that learners feel valued and empowered. A supportive learning environment is less about the physical classroom and more about making learners feel included. The four principles of inclusive education that I will discuss today are as follows: teaching all learners, exploring multiple identities, preventing prejudice, and choosing appropriate materials. Teaching all learners. This principle includes the non-exclusion of learners and helps them develop social awareness. It focuses on avoiding any form of discrimination against learners based on their backgrounds and social statuses. Exploring multiple identities. Each child has their own strengths and abilities. The differences among learners need to be acknowledged and respected. Inclusive teaching facilitates the engagement of all learners by acknowledging and appreciating diverse learners' backgrounds to create an environment of acceptance and respect for differences, which can promote learner engagement. With that being said, all learners can learn regardless of their backgrounds. Preventing prejudice in the classroom can be done by using inclusive language, encouraging the discussions of controversial issues, exposing learners to a range of perspectives, and also by empowering learners through understanding and by having honest conversations. Attitudes, behaviors, and methods need to change to meet the needs of all the learners. Choosing appropriate materials. As a teacher, I must make learners identify and overcome stereotypes in study materials. Physical resources can include accessible seating, adaptive technology, and sensory materials. These resources can help make the classroom more accessible for learners with disabilities and be inclusive. Resources must be sufficient in quantity to support learners' interests and learning goals. When selecting materials, teachers should consider the engagement, appropriateness of challenge, and their usability. Using different strategies for different learners. All learners are capable of learning, however, each learner has their own style of learning. Different types of learning styles include visual, auditory, logical, and kinesthetic, among others. Implementing these different styles of learning according to how each learner is able to learn will make them feel included and make learning easier and more enjoyable. Learners with physical disabilities can be made to feel included by minimizing distance traveled, rearranging the physical space, modifying toys and equipment, and by promoting independence so that they do not rely on others. Learners with hearing impairments are to be made to sit closer to the front in order to hear clearly. The seats must be arranged in a manner that makes the learners face one another. There should be minimal background noise, and as a teacher, you should use visual aids in order to assist them to understand the topic clearly. Learners who are visually impaired also must sit in the front. And when it comes to communicating with learners who are visually impaired, there should be less gestures and more verbal communication. Thank you for listening.